Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to Anime King. And yes guys, as I said, new what ifs are coming up soon, and yeah, they're here guys. So today I'm gonna be giving you part 1 of what if Naruto was created from nature energy. If you enjoyed C1C part 2, go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become a part of the Making family, and thank you for all of your help and support. Remember to comment down below and tell me if you're new. I'll be replying talking back to all of you. And also guys, stay tuned for the episodes coming over on Anime King and Anime King 3. If you're new, yes, you heard that correctly. I indeed have 3 channels. Anime King, Anime King 2, and Anime King 3, which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. So go ahead and click that red subscribe button and become part of the Making family. Thank you for all of your help and support, and yeah, without further ado, what is to begin this new series? Start the intro. Everything was the same. His seat in the corner, him feeling sleepy, loud brats making unnecessary noise, and Haruka tried to control the class. But he was feeling sleepy, so he would sleep. As he could feel it, the soft hand of sleep caressing him like no one ever would. But then again, he could not sleep. His tenant had a habit of making his life as miserable as he could, even in sleep. So he made it a habit not to sleep. Unhealthy, yes, but necessary. Nonetheless, Naruto, can you please tell us about the first Hokage and his special abilities? Huh? What did he want now? Did he not know that he was trying to sleep? Did he not know that he already knew the answers? So why pick on him? The first Hokage is Hoshirama Senju. He was known as the god of shinobi due to his immense power. He commanded wood due to his wood release Genkai, and he trailed off realizing that was all that he knew. But he already said Anne, so he had to say something now. And he had brown hair, said Naruto. A sigh escaped Haruka's lips. He knew that Naruto knew the answers. Naruto was the ideal student. Well, as ideal as a shinobi training could be. He was at top of the class. He never missed a day of the academy. Never taught back, and he learned everything quickly. But Haruka hadn't taught him anything. Yes, he regretted, but that did not take away the mystery that was Naruto. Correct, Naruto, he said. Please be a bit more involved in class. He really tried to be friendly with him, but whenever he saw his face, all he could think of was rampaging Kyubey. Naruto did not reply. All he wanted was to sleep. At least he thought he wanted to sleep. He wasn't sure. Time skip. As soon as he left the academy, there was a bird waiting for him. He understood them. Sometimes it was an eagle. Sometimes it was a sparrow. Sometimes it was an owl. He loved the owls. They did not sleep at night. Just like him. Given they did sleep in the morning. But he did not care about the technicalities. Regardless, the point was he could talk to them. He understood them. And they obeyed him. They loved him very much. It made him wonder, did his mother love him this way as well? Did he even have a mother? The Kyubey had called him a monster. And so did the villagers, so maybe. He had no mother. He shook his head. He was going off topic once again. He felt hungry, so searching for a good food stall is in order. Time skip. Searching for a good food stall is not hard, but searching for one that would serve him, that was kind of tough. He did not like to be sneered at while he was eating, so he had to find a good one. He could not wait to learn transformation jutsu. That would solve a lot of his problems. Toki was a good man. He helped a lot of orphans. He was very friendly, and he always looked out for his daughter. He had a soft spot for orphans. He encouraged his daughter, Ayam, to befriend as many as she could, but not him. After all, he was the reason why Ayam didn't have a mother anymore. But Toki was a good man. He would serve Naruto like he was any other customer. Given his daughter was not around, he had made it very clear Naruto should not approach if his daughter was around. He did not want her to be associated with him. Lucky for Naruto, she was not there, so he could eat some ramen and collect some topping for his birds. After that was over, he decided to get some training in. He did not like to train, but if he did not train often, his body would get lazy, and he would get tired. At least that is what his birds told him. The birds had a lot of knowledge, and they could also spy. They told him what to do. They also knew some jutsus, but Naruto did not know how to make the hand sign, so that will have to wait until later. He did some physical exercise, after which he meditated. Meditation calmed him. The birds had told him that he needed to do it. It was the only time that he felt at true peace. Well, he was not completely alone. The masked guys were always there. He could always tell where they were, but they had been with him for so long. He didn't worry about it anymore. They were always there watching over him. Once the training was over, he fed the birds the food that he had collected. He then took off to his house. Time skip. He was different, and he knew that very well. The villagers had not let one opportunity pass to let him feel unwanted, like he did not belong here. But his looks demanded attention. With blood red, shoulder-length hair, and golden iris, and purple markings below his eyes, he stood out like a sore thumb. But he was proud of himself. He was proud of not shedding a tear in front of anyone. He was proud of his independence. And if anyone believed that he should think otherwise, they could lick his foot. But being proud would not fill his stomach. He had to swallow his pride and use the transformation jutsu to eat anywhere other than a few selective stalls. But he did not mind that. After all, survival was the main priority. That was a Shinobi 101. Today he mastered transformation jutsu. After seeing it, it did not take him much time to do that. It was the first jutsu taught in the second year of the academy, and he could perform it easily enough. As simple as the jutsu was, it was a major boom for him. He could now go into stalls unnoticed, as he could experience a lot of different things that he wasn't able to experience before because of him being him. But at the moment though, he was not awake, well, in a sense. Must you bring me here unannounced? For a moment there was silence, until a voice spoke. Ironic, isn't it? You don't even have the freedom to enter your own mind without my consent. What do you want? Said Naruto. Freedom is what I want. But the world is hardly fair. I believe even you would agree with me on this. The voice echoed in the dark chambers of his mind, until a large, red eye split open, as the eye was taller than him. But Naruto was not afraid. He had been through this before, several times actually. If the world was how you wish it to be, it would be dust and debris, would it not? Said Naruto. Hardly. The voice said with a scoff. We Bijous were perfectly content in living our life in peace. It was the humans who hunted us down for their own benefits. The giant creature said, Regardless, I am as much as victim as you are. Why do you seek to make my life harder? Said Naruto. Entertainment, why else? What else am I supposed to do here? The fox questioned mockingly. As I said, I have work to do. Let me go, said Naruto. I thought that you would understand my misery as a fellow slave, Naruto. The voice was full of mockery as it spoke. I am hardly a slave, said Naruto. What else are you then? Tell me. As Naruto refused to reply. Time skip. It has been about 3 years since he joined the academy. He was undefeated, but there was nothing to be proud of there. Their hits just did not hurt him at all. And he knew a lot more than others. His birds told him everything that was going on. He was easily able to master the academy 3 jutsus that needed to pass. He knew the questions of the test before the test was even given. He also knew how to use his chakra to enhance himself. He wanted to graduate early, but he could not. After the tragedy, now known as the Itachi Uchiha fiasco, early graduation was not permitted anymore. So he would have to wait. Time skip. Naruto was not too happy right now. It was a graduation day, and he's been in the class since morning. Since the roll numbers were based on the first letter of the last name, he had a lot of people ahead of him. Today was the first day the whole class was quiet, without any supervision, as everyone was anxious As Naruto glanced over all the children in the class, he did not know any of them name. He had pummeled at least all of them once in the ground, but he did not even know one of their names. It was a simple reason, because he did not care. Before he could continue with his thoughts, a voice came from the door. Naruto Uzumaki. He got to his feet as he made his way down the hall. His red hair had maintained its length. His golden eyes were still unnerving to most. The purple markings under his eyes were still there. Other than that, his face was flawless. Not a single scratch or mark, not a cut. As he was wearing a high-collar kimono that was held close by a purple slash. The kimono had red markings to complement his hair. He looked like a proper nobleman, looking down on peasants. Time skip, leaving the room, but this time with a red headband. There was nothing that could make his day better. He was officially an adult. He could now have his own house, not sponsored by the village, which he could allow as many birds in as he liked. As Naruto was cheerful, the birds all started to chirp. The wildlife just seemed to be happy, as that made Naruto even more happy as he made his way. Time skip. Are you sure? And blood too? Like 100%? Alright. I'll do it. No need to poke me, said Naruto. The envoys that were watching Naruto thought that he was talking to himself, but he was not. He was talking to the owl that was next to him. Following what the owl said, Naruto went through hand signs. Boar, dog, bird, monkey, ram. He then bit his finger as he held his hand in the ram's seal as he bit his left thumb. Before he slammed both hands together. Poof! He was gone. Naruto groaned. Where am I? He said. As he got up, he was in some sort of forest. At least he thought it was a forest. There was no forest like this in Konoha though. The place was way too bright. The trees were incredibly tall. And he could not sense anyone around. Well, no human. Tell me, young sage, what are you doing here? Hearing the voice, Naruto turned around as he saw an owl. It was talking. Yes, he could understand the birds, but this one was actually talking human language to him. It was talking out loud. How are you speaking? Said Naruto. The same way you do, although our biology differs. But I'm sure that you won't be interested in that. So tell me, young one, why have you come here? I don't know, said Naruto. The owl told me what to do, and I end up here. So, you can actually talk to the owls? Sure can. Who are you anyway? Said Naruto. You are a born sage, truly, the owl said. Ignoring Naruto's question. Follow me, the owl said as he started to move. As Naruto followed the flying owl silently. As he moved, he saw a lot more owls. Some lazing around, some making foods, some of them playing, and some of them even training. The owl that he was following landed on a chair, as it was carved out of a tree. As he motioned for Naruto to sit, so he did. So can you tell me where exactly I am? Said Naruto. This is Mount Besu, the land of the owl summons. So that actually was a summoning jutsu, said Naruto, as he was not sure before but he had his doubts. So, how can I go back? We will send you back, but would you mind indulging me in a conversation? A conversation? Why not? Said Naruto. My name is Fukura, young sage. What might yours be? I'm Naruto Uzumaki, said Naruto. Tell me, young Naruto, since when have you started channel Senjutsu? Senjutsu? What's that? Said Naruto, as he was curious to learn what the man was talking about. Well, owl to be exact. Senjutsu, or the art of channeling nature chakra, is exactly what the name defines. It means perfectly balancing your chakra with nature, the entire transformation known as the Sage Mode. Fukura explained. I don't know what you mean. I've never heard of nature chakra before, said Naruto. You say that, but these eyes of yours are a sign of your sage transformation. It seems like your body has been balancing nature chakra on its own since your birth. As he looked at Naruto with an intense gaze. Although, it seems that this is not a perfect sage transformation. I'm sorry, you will need to explain more thoroughly, said Naruto. I don't quite understand. As he really wanted to learn more about his... well, what exactly was he doing? Sage mode, as I said, is a state of being which establishes when a user balances chakra perfectly with nature energy. It is a very difficult skill to achieve. There has been a few sages through history. So few in fact that you could count them with your fingers. But it seems like your body for some reason is pre-exposed to nature energy and has learned to balance it over time. That would result in a much more stronger body and much more potent chakra for you. But because you are not channeling the chakra actively, you are not in a perfect sage mode. You are not using it at its full potential. And what do my eyes have to do with this, said Naruto? Sage mode often result in a physical change. For you, it seems. It is the unnatural eye color and the purple marking under your eyes. I see. So do you know how I can perfect this power? Naruto asks. The owls had never produced a sage, but the holy land of the owls has plenty of nature chakra for you to practice. If you become our summoner, I believe, it will be easier for you to master our powers. As Naruto got to his feet, as he bowed his head, please, accept me as your summoner, he said. Stand tall, young Naruto. Be sharp, use your wisdom, and we of the Owl Clan shall never leave your side. Draw your blood and sprinkle it on the holy land of Mount Basil, and we shall accept you as our summoner. As Naruto saw hundreds of owls surrounding them, as Naruto bit his finger and sprayed his blood on the ground, as he saw his name appear for a moment, and just like that he became the summoner of the owls. Time skip. Harrison was tense. It was no more than 5 minutes ago that the guard detail that guard Naruto reported that he was missing. The village gates were closed, but no distress signal was passed. Causing havoc in the village would do him no favors. Apparently the boy had attempted to use a summoning jutsu. Who taught him the hand signs was anyone's guess. The Onvus were spoken to, but till now, nothing has been known. Harrison himself was guilty of neglecting the boy. He had promised the boy's mother that he would take care of him, but he had not. He had not even approached him until now. He had certainly tried, but he failed miserably. But he tried nonetheless. Whenever he saw the boy, he was reminded of the cold body of his wife, Baiwaka. He tried to console himself, thinking that he had a lot on his plate already. But the dam of guilt broke whenever he saw his own grandson Konohamaru bathe in riches. He could have done much more, but he too was a human, and humans resented, humans mourn. As he knew that he was a hypocrite, he could not bring himself to forgive Naruto, but he expected the boy to forgive the village, forgive those that caused him harm, and still protect the village that he lived in. But now was not time to regret. He had a Jinjulki to find. Time skip. Kakashi wanted to sleep or read his book, but he could not do that because all the summoners in Konoha were called for a meeting. As he found out that the Jinjulki had attempted the summoning jutsu, the search had borne no fruits regardless. The boy returned on his own. He had reverse summoned himself, and judging on the tattoo on his hand, he was now a summoner. Harrison breathed a sigh of relief. If the Jinjulki had reported missing officially, then his leadership would be questioned, and that old goat Danzo would have tried to get his hands on the seat of the Hokage. Well, all was good now. He could let Naruto go with a slap on the wrist this time, he supposed. He could rest for a bit, then after that he had to attend to the accursed paperwork. How he wished Nadia was here to take his head away from him. She would have been the perfect Hokage. But everything was not perfect. Time skip. Naruto was bored. Whenever he was here, he felt bored. He had forgotten how being in the classroom felt. But hopefully, this would be the last time that he had to show his face here. He was here for the team assignment. He did not wish to be a part of any team, but things did not go the way he wanted them to go. So he had to suck it up and be a good little genin until he became a chunin. But right now he was very bored as Iruka was listing the teams. As Naruto ignored everything until he heard his name. Team 10 will be Naruto Uzumaki, along with Nara Shikamaru and Ino Yamanaka. He did not know who either of those persons were. And the sensei, Sarutobi Asuma, he did not know who that was. He just wanted to get this over with. Time skip. Apparently, their sensei name was Asuma, not Sarutobi. And his teammates' first names were Shikamaru and Ino, not Nara and Yamanaka. Well, he honestly could not really care less. But what he cared about though was a chef that was glaring at him. Asuma had called their first meeting in a restaurant, and the restaurant owner apparently did not like him that much. True to the stature of Asuma being a Jonin, no one said a word, but their glares irritated him. At least he got the seat near the window as a bird landed on his shoulder. At least that comforted him. Asuma cleared his throat. So, I am Asuma Saratobi, who may or may not become your sensei. Well, we will discuss that later. First, I want you all to introduce yourself, your likes, your dislikes, your goal, and your comment stuff, said Asuma. I suppose I should go first, he says he released a puff of smoke from his cigar. As I already said, my name is Asuma Saratobi. I like smoking, I dislike traitors, and I've already achieved everything I want in my life. He glanced towards the girl of the team, Ino Yamanaka. I'm Ino Yamanaka. I like flowers. I hate soccer. And I want to make my clan proud, she said. Following the line, Shikamaru went on. My name is Nara Shikamaru. I like to sleep. I dislike people who do not let me sleep. And my goal is to retire. Troublesome, he says. He laid his head on the table in front of him. As Naruto realized he was the last one left, and everyone was looking at him, so he started. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, he said. I like birds. The bird on his shoulder chirped a bit at hearing that. I dislike people who bore me, and I wish to have a proper sleep someday. As all eyes focus on him. What? Said Naruto. What do you mean you want to have a proper sleep? Said Shikamaru. The Kyuubi won't let me sleep. So I really want to have at least a comfortable sleep once, said Naruto. The Kyuubi? Ino said, getting scared. As Naruto turned towards Asuma. They don't know? Asuma groaned as he sighed. He was not prepared for this on his first day at being a sensei. No, Naruto. None of the kids your age know about that. But I suppose your teammates must know about this anyways, he said. As he got up and got behind the three of them, as he sunshined them towards training ground 10. Do you want to tell them yourself? Asked Asuma. Naruto shrugged. You are all aware of the Kyuubi attack, yes? Yes, they both said. Well, that night to defeat the Kyuubi, the fourth Hokage sealed it inside me, and that makes me the Jinchuriki of the Kyuubi. So, you're the Kyuubi? Said Ino, moving a step back. Well, no, he's sealed inside me. He's still a separate entity, said Naruto. I see, said Ino. Well, that is that for today, I suppose. I don't believe we will be able to do the planned test today. So we will meet here tomorrow at 6 in the morning. Come prepared for survival training with that. He disappeared in a flicker, noticing that the other two were maintaining their distance away from him. He decided to give them their space. He supposed they had a lot to think about. And with that he vanished. Time skip. Naruto was not sleepy, yet his teammates were. It was 5:30 in the morning, and they were constantly yawning. No, he was not jealous. He was only annoyed. Why did they have to yawn in front of him? Were they mocking him? Before he could think any further, Asuma appeared, in a swirl of leaf. Good morning, little Janins, he said. Far too cheerful for this time in the morning. Shikamaru yawned, Ino eye twitch, as Naruto stared at him. He supposed they were not used to training this early then. So, he said, generally, newly assigned teams have to take a test to make sure they can work as a team, but I do things differently. Differently how? Ino asks. I am putting you on a provisionary period for 1 month. If you perform well as a team, I will officially accept you as my team, he said. Did you call us here at this hour to tell us this? Shikamaru said, in a threatening tone. Of course not, Asuma said. We will be having a survival training right now to see how strong you actually are. As he pulled out the clock and set it down. Before he started, he didn't vanish. The three of them looked around confused. You have 3 hours to land one hit on me. His voice echoed around the area. As Ino glanced towards Naruto, she was a bit wary of him. Her and her father, and Shikamaru and his father had talked about Naruto. As Shikaku had told Shikamaru to do what he likes, and not follow the crowd. On the other hand, Ino's father was not so happy about the team placements. He warned Ino that whatever she did, do not perform the clan techniques on Naruto no matter what. Nonetheless, she would have to judge him for herself before she make any life decisions. So, what's the plan? Ino asked. Naruto raised his hand to the air, as a bird came to sit on it. Asuma is far from here. We have plenty of time for planning. How do you know that? Shikamaru asked. I can talk to the bird, said Naruto. The group went silent. Ino cleared her throat. I think we should rely on Shikamaru's plan. That's kind of his thing, she said. Naruto shrugged as he looked towards Shikamaru. Time skip, Asuma was surrounded by trees, relaxing and smoking without a care in the world. As he was holding a cigar in his hand, his lighter in his other hand. As he brought the both of them up, he heard wing style, Gale Palm. The attack slammed where he was. But what was standing there was a pile of wood. Substitution, said Shikamaru. One more, he said, as Naruto blasted another Gale Palm towards Asuma, only for the man to substitute once again. Seeing the opportunity, Naruto moved towards him, as Shikamaru went behind him and went through hand sign to capture the man's shadow. But Asuma leaped away from both of them just in time. As Asuma landed, before he had to leap, as two shurikens came striking down where he was, as he saw Ino in the bushes. As he landed, he looked around, only for him to find himself stuck. As he looked to see this shuriken, shadow, was enhancing his own shadow and Shikamaru used it to connect the both of them. Shadow Position Jutsu, complete, said Shikamaru. He tried to overcome the bind, but a fist slammed into his face, as Asuma watched as his world turned dark, as he was promptly knocked out. Time skip, Asuma woke up with a groan. The first thing he did was drop his jaw. He felt like he was hit by a tree. That boy's punch were hard. As he saw the Genins eating their food as he was still in the training ground, we glanced over towards him. We won. I suppose you guys did, Asuma said, as he rubbed his jaw, still surprised by the punch. Even though he was just playing around with them, he had to say, his team worked well, and their strategy came along well. They were good. Good indeed. Time skip. It has been 3 weeks now since he became the sensei of Team 10. The three of them were coming along nicely, since, somehow, the three of them already knew the tree walking exercise. He taught them the water walking instead. He thought Naruto would have some problems controlling his chakra because the sheer amount of chakra he possessed was crazy, but no, there was no problem at all. Somehow the boy was able to control his chakra very precisely. So all in all, he should have been feeling proud, right? No. He was feeling shock. Why, you ask? Because there's been 3 whole weeks of the ranks, yet none of them had complained once. Shikamaru was happy with what he was doing. Naruto was happy that he was earning, as he could save up money for a new house, and Ino had surprisingly taken to follow Naruto and Shikamaru, as she was following their lead. So now he was in front of the Hokage, as he was trying to convince his cute little Genins that they should argue with their Jonin sensei to get some cool missions. Well, they did not budge, but enough was enough. He was done with D ranks. It's time that they move on to a C rank. Yes, Hokage-sama, my team and I wish for a C rank mission. Your team, you say, Hiruzen said, looking towards the Genins. The team shook their heads as Asuma glared at them. Yes, my team and I, Hokage-sama, he said. Well then, a C rank is in order, I suppose. As he found a file and tossed it towards Asuma. There has been an influx, a sudden disappearance in the land of hot water. We believe that a group of bandits has set their camps there. You are to find and eliminate them, the Hokage said. The land of hot water it is then. As he looked towards his team. Pack for 2 weeks. We leave tomorrow at 8 in the morning, he said. Dismiss. Time skip. Naruto was happy. Moving through the dense forest, he saw several new species of birds, and he loved them all. As he was caressing a sparrow head, and an owl was sleeping on top of his shoulder. Yeah, his summoned owls could sleep like that. They were pretty cool. He had summoned this one because it was a sensor type summon. Even though it was sleeping, it would wake up the moment it felt any new type of chakra around. All in all, he was enjoying the C rank mission. Say, Naruto, Ino said, getting his attention. How do you manage without sleeping? As Ino had managed to relax around him now. Even though he did not talk a lot, he was not a bad person, just a bit socially awkward, she supposed. And he probably did not even know that he was socially awkward. From what she could see, I do not need to manage without sleep, he said. Not sleeping is simply easier. You always say that, but you never exactly say what it means. At this point, both Shikamaru and Asuma were listening in, as they act like they weren't, but they were. Well, when I sleep, I end up in my mind, said Naruto. She was curious. And what's wrong with that, she asked. You would not want to spend full nights in front of a mass of oppressive chakra that is filled with hatred, now would you, said Naruto. And on top of that, I'm somewhat of a censor. So when I go there, I'm anxious for up to 6 to 8 hours. And that just makes things worse than me not sleeping at all, he said. Well, I suppose you're right, she said. Time skipped. Poor bastard, said Naruto. A gang of bandits had decided to attack them. Surprisingly, it was a gang of 3. Asuma had thought it was a good first kill for students, as every ninja must experience their first kill. As Naruto had killed a man easily enough, Shikamaru too understand what needs to be done. But Ino on the other hand was crying after her first kill, and Asuma was consoling her. So, first kill, said Shikamaru. Yeah, said Naruto, not really caring. Time skip. Ah, yes. Very good morning to you, Shinobi-san. The Lord of the Land of Waters was an old goat, as he was dressed in pristine, blue clothing that fit for a noble. He had a mustache fitting of a noble, and a rather annoying verbal tick, once again fitting of a noble. Good morning to you too. I am Asuma Sarutobi and this is my team. Uzumaki Naruto, Nara Shikamaru, and Yamanaka Ino. Ah yes, a very promising team it seems. I was not expecting the son of the Hokage himself. We will do our best if you can tell us where the suspect site is, said Asuma as he was trying to get to the point. Ah, yes, the man said. The suspected site is a cave towards Land of Rice. The south, that is. Blood has been spotted there several times, and people have disappeared from there as well. We will depart then. Thank you for the information, Asuma said. Time skip. The sight was gruesome. There was blood splattered everywhere and Ino could swear that she saw some sort of eyeball rolling. There were marks of bodies being dragged everywhere. It seems that the person had a sharp weapon, as there were slashes in the ground and trees. Be on guard, said Asuma to his team. As they entered the cave, there was nothing. The place was silent. Asuma created a ball of fire. And oh boy, the group wished she hadn't done that. There were bodies upon bodies lying around, some of them full, some of them sliced in half. Some of them could hardly be called bodies. And what might you people be doing in my den? A voice questioned. All of them turned as they saw a man. He had medium-length grey hair that was slicked back. He had purple eyes. He wore no shirt as he had bandage around his chest. Maroon pants with black shinobi sandals. We are Konoha shinobis, and from the looks of it, we're here to kill you, Asuma said. Ah, in that case, my name is Hidan, a servant of Lord Jashin. And he pointed towards them. You four shall be my next sacrifice. He rushed towards Asuma first. Scatter and take advantage of our numbers, Asuma shouted. As the group split, as Hidan rushed towards Asuma as Asuma pulled out his trench knife and coated them with chakra. Asuma was clearly the superior fighter as both men clashed, but the guy just wouldn't stay down. Wind style. Gale palm, said Naruto. Hidan leaped out of the way, only for him to be unable to move. What the hell? Shadow position jutsu. Success, said Shikamaru. Asuma moved and slammed the trench knife right into his heart. Now, assured of their victory, Shikamaru released the jutsu. Well, that's that, I suppose, he said. Good work. Asuma eyes widened as he leaped towards Naruto. It seems he was too late. The guy was still alive, and his sight was about to plunge through Naruto's back. Clang! A sound of metal hitting metal heard out. But Asuma did not reach Naruto in time, and the sight had hit something. As Naruto's eyes were wide, it was the first that he's ever been so close to dying. A glowing purple chain had came from his back that had stopped the sight from hitting him. The chain wrapped around Hidan's head and threw him as he smashed into the cave wall. What is that? Ino said. Hell if I know, said Naruto as he was just as surprised. The chain then curled towards him. As Naruto touched the thing, Hidan got back to his feet. Why won't you blasted creatures die already, he said. Asuma went through hand sign. Ash release. Fire blast, he said. As the gush of ash consumed Hidan before it burned. But to their horrific shock, the man walked out of it. Ino used her mind jutsu on him. As soon as Naruto realized that was the case, that the man was frozen for a moment and Asuma seemed a bit winded, Naruto leaped forward. His chain shot out and sliced through the man's neck, removing his head. As Naruto looked down towards the head that opened its eyes, "You bastard! Look what you've done!" As Naruto tilted his head in confusion before he looked towards the body. That drop. As Naruto couldn't believe it, the man started to curse at him, but yet he was headless. How was this even possible? Asuma sealed the head and the body in different scrolls. The group returned back to where the people were as they informed them of their successful mission. Time skip. A Jashin cultist, you say? Said Hiruzen. Yeah, said Asuma, as the man was casual talking to the Hokage. After all, he was his father. I suppose he's dead then. Well, Naruto did take his head off, but he's somehow still alive, said Ino. As Asuma summoned the scroll and unsealed the head. You blasted creature, I swear by Jashin-sama, I will kill all of you and sacrifice you to my lord. The Anvus put a sock in the mouth of the speaking head as he then started to curse and mumble. He just would not die, Asuma said. I can certainly see that, Hiruzen said. Take him to Ibiki, please. As he looked towards Anvu. No injuries then, Hiruzen asked. No major injuries, no. That is quite the accomplishment, Hidan is a known mixed ninja from Yukika Corps. This mission will be ranked up to an A rank, and you all will be paid accordingly. Time skip. Naruto was happy. With the money from the A rank mission and the money that he has been saving up, he could finally buy a nice small house. Say, Naruto, would you mind joining us for a family dinner tomorrow night? Said Ino. Family dinner? Said Naruto. Yeah, Shikamaru Choji and my family meet up once a month, since our fathers was a team after all. As Naruto did not know who Choji was. I don't think that your families would like me being there very much, he said. My father certainly would not mind, said Shikamaru. See, my parents wouldn't mind either, and Choji's parents are very good too, said Ino. I suppose I can then, said Naruto. He really did not want to go, but he had no excuses. And maybe he could feel like a part of a family for once. Time skip. Channel your chakra through this, Asuma said, as Team 10 was currently in Training Ground 10. As Asuma gave them a piece of paper each. Following what he said, they channeled their chakra to the paper. Shikamaru's paper turned into dust and burned off. Ino's paper sog before it turned to dust. As Naruto's paper split into two before it also turned to dust. What was that? Ino asked. Interesting, said Asuma. Stop talking to yourself, Sensei, she said to him. It's a chakra paper. It represents your chakra nature. And what happened here a minute ago was quite unique, he said. Unique how, she asked. Well, firstly, all three of you have more than one chakra nature, which is pretty rare by itself. But to top that, you all have one common. Earth, that is. And one unique. Shikamaru has fire, Ino you have water, and Naruto, you have wind. Earth is a very defensive element and I can teach you some earth jutsu too. Fire and wind are my specialties, so we have that covered too. And for you, Ino, I'll have to look up a good water user. Well, we'll explore your unique nature later on. For now, you have to turn these leaves into dust with your chakra alone, said Asuma. Time skip. Their routine was the same today. Chakra, nature transformation in the morning, and D rank in the evening. They had completed over 200 D ranks, but that was not the point right now, as he was heading towards the dinner that he had agreed to. As he had tied his hair up in a ponytail, his kimono doubled as casual wearing too as well. As Naruto felt nervous. Reason for your visit? The guard asked. As he arrived to the Yamanaka residence. I was invited for a dinner, said Naruto. By Ino Yamanaka, the man questioned. Yes, said Naruto. Surprisingly, the guy let him in, as Naruto thought that he would be declined. Yeah, if he had any doubts before, they were all gone now. Ino was rich. The district in itself shouted, dignified, as the clan house was massive. Hey, Naruto, over here. Ino called from top of the stairs, as she called him towards her. He obliged as he started to come up the stairs. When he arrived, Ino was not alone. There was a lady standing with her, and they looked really similar, maybe her mom. This is my mom, she introduced, confirming his suspicion. Hello dear, my name is Michael. Who might you be, she said. I'm Naruto Uzumaki, ma'am, said Naruto. Now, she said. None of that, you can call me Michael, as she roughly is here. Naruto was not used to being touched or petted like this, so he stiffened as a chain came from his back. As it paused, it did not lash out at her though. She noticed that, but she ignored it. As she continued to ruffle his hair, realizing the woman did not mean any harm to its master, the chain went back in, but it stayed. It did not go back into his flesh. It was there under his clothing, ready to strike at any moment. Why don't you head to Ino's room? Shikamaru is there as well, said Michael. Yes, ma'am, said Naruto. And I'm sorry, he said. It's quite alright, she said. And didn't I ask you to call me Michael? Yes, Michael-san, said Naruto. I will take my leave then. As Michael simply giggled at him. As Naruto walked, he didn't know what he was feeling, but the head pat was warm. He wondered if she would do it again. And he wondered maybe if he was good she would even hug him. Like how he saw mothers do with their children. Well, he was overthinking once again. He had to calm his thoughts. Time skip. The dinner was great, but it was uneventful. He just sat there as he watched they eat and behaved like a family should behave. He had enjoyed dinner for the first time. He wondered if this was what it felt like to have a family. Also, Michael-san had ruffled his hair once again while he was leaving, and to him, it was the most important part of the night. No, the only thing that would make his night better was a warm sleep, but he knew that he was not going to get that. But he supposed he should be happy with what he had for the moment, right? But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next parts, and do like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification to stay posted, guys. And also remember, if you're new and this is the first time you hear my voice, yes, I indeed have 3 channels, and making 2 and making 3, which I post what if on every single day for you guys to enjoy. Yes guys, you heard that correctly, you are not mistaken. I post what if on each channel every day, so stick around for those, which I hope you guys will enjoy. And yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna be out for now. See you guys very soon. Peace.